News 3 now. Heavy thunderstorms rolling through parts of southern Wisconsin earlier today. Julian's in with your first warn forecast. Plus, the community facing plenty of issues. Residents of One Madison trailer park tell News 3 now the area's new owner is responsible for their discomfort. And members of the Sun Prairie community getting their first look inside the brand new WISC High School today. We'll take you inside so you can see it for yourself. That's all straight ahead right now. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm McKenna Alexander. We begin tonight with a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Julian, how are things looking out there?
Well, things are still pretty high for us as we get rolling. What we're going to be expecting for the evening, well, McKenna, things are going to be rather muggy, but on top of it, at least we're going to be dry. As we take a look at our radar as of right now around Dane County in itself, still looking pretty nice around our Doppler track. But as we go in through how we've seen over the last 24 hours, or 12 hours specifically, we've seen another round of significant rainfall for many of us, where we've ranged from 2 inches to another inch or so because of all the storms that we have seen earlier from today. But taking a look at how we stacked up for today, since we did have those storms really rage on throughout much of our afternoon, we still had some good heating. Temperatures were into the lower 80s for us today, where we're normally around 78 degrees. Just goes to show you that warmth and heat was some fuel for the storms that we saw throughout our afternoon going into our early evening hours. Temperatures right now, 73 degrees in Madison, with the same in Janesville, with 71 in Platteville. Many of us are going to be uniform into those lower 70s and upper 60s as we carry on throughout the rest of the night, because we're just going to be holding on to some warmth as we kick things off going into our Monday. But outside of that, it is still rather muggy. Temperatures in terms of dew points are into the upper 60s and lower 70s throughout much of southern Wisconsin, making for quite a humid night on our hands. And on top of it, we do have a shot of seeing some more storms on the way. We'll talk more about that in just a few moments and time out who may just see those storms in a moment or two. Until then, let's toss it back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. Just a reminder, you can stay up to date on the weather with our first warn forecast weather app. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather.
When we first moved in here, it was a beautiful park to live in. We had good management. They took care of us. And since this new outfit come in, forget it.
Residents at a trailer park on Madison's southeast side say their community has turned into something they never wanted it to be. Highland Manor residents say they're experiencing lots of problems with key aspects of living, like trash pickup and other maintenance issues. In this Call for Action segment, our Catherine Merck has more on the park's condition and what the city is doing to try and help.
I live in this park. I have for 29 years.
Michelle Bast says her trailer park was once so much more than it is now.
It just was starting to look like a trailer trash park. And that's not what we've ever looked like and not what we want to look like.
Michelle says there are more than 360 mobile homes in Highland Manor. She and her neighbors Patricia and Eugene say they're having lots of maintenance issues.
The first issue we had, of course, is our lights. 39 of the street lights are out. It's not very safe to walk in here anywhere at night.
You're outside on the street and it's pitch black.
The second was we had trash everywhere.
Every time I go over to the mailboxes to get the mail, I see trash laying on the ground.
The main thing is the road. The other side is so rough. I'm not going to put my car through it.
And at one time, we were one of the most beautiful communities and well-maintained and clean in here, but we haven't been that way.
Those neighbors tell me they believe a private company is the source of these problems.
We have seen the big change since Lakeshore Management has taken over.
Lakeshore Management got back to me Sunday afternoon through an email response. They told me they are working to fix the problems by early September. But residents say they've heard this before.
They were going to do the roads. They ain't got the roads done. We're going to have all new lights put in. There ain't no new lights. They're the same as what they were 3 years ago.
Alder Sherry Carter has decided to step in to try to help these residents. She says there's a couple reasons why the property could be having these problems, including separating the jobs of the private company and the city.
I don't think that the mobile home park has maintenance crew, so that adds to the confusion of when things are supposed to be done. The other factor is it is private for some things and city for others.
Carter says she has plans in the works to make sure Lakeshore Management keeps their word.
And I think that if it's not done by early September, then there's got to be a way that we go to the next level.
We should have no reason why we shouldn't be able to live in a community that's clean.
As for Michelle and her neighbors, they hope this problem can be fixed as soon as possible, as they struggle to avoid the stereotype they fear their home has become.
It's a community. It's not what you would concept as a trailer park.
Places start to look really trashy, and that's not something we want to live in.
In Madison for Call for Action, I'm Catherine Merck with News 3 Now.
The alderman says if things at the park do not get resolved by early September, the next step is contacting the city attorney's office. And some more local news. This morning in Madison, those affected by breast cancer in southern Wisconsin came together to raise money and awareness during the Susan G. Komen More Than Pink Walk. This event has had to go virtual the past 2 years because of COVID. So this year's walk was a special reunion as participants were finally able to be surrounded by supporters. It was an early morning on Willow Island at the Alliant Energy Center, with gates opening 2 hours ahead of the walk for survivors, their families, and anyone else impacted by breast cancer to gather.
It's so great to see the survivors. It's great to see everybody fighting, nobody giving up.
Even those who have been lost, it's a chance to remember them.
Yep.
Me, I get emotional because I'm so proud of her.
Making up about 30% of all new female cancers each year, breast cancer is the second most common cancer in the United States, followed just by skin cancer. A ribbon-cutting ceremony this afternoon marked the official opening of the new Sun Prairie West High School. Afterwards, students, their families, and community members got to tour the building and its brand new facilities. And then next Monday, more than 1,300 students will walk through Sun Prairie West doors for their first day of school. A $164 million referendum voted on 3 years ago allowed for a second comprehensive high school to be built, with the original high school now named Sun Prairie East.
We're excited for this community to finally be able to get in, to see this new school. This is their school. They passed $164 million in increased taxes for them for children in the school district, and we could not be more grateful to the community for what they're providing to children in the school district.
Some of the school's new features include a performing arts center, a pool, two gymnasiums, and learning communities that are referred to as dens. Those dens are equipped with new technology to help students collaborate with each other on a variety of subjects.
I am excited for all of the collaboration areas because they have really fun chairs, but they also have whiteboard walls where a whole bunch of people can gather. Like if you're in physics but also taking calculus, you're able to sort of combine those two classes and collaborate in that area, work through problem sets that take calculus principles and applying them with physics.
Sun Prairie West wasn't the only school in the district opening with a ribbon-cutting ceremony today. Earlier this morning, the new Central Heights Middle School and Prairie Phoenix Academy also celebrated its grand openings. An abortion action fair was held for the first time today in Old Park, with local activists coming together to educate and inform their community about abortion in Wisconsin. Our Andrew Banster was there today and brings us that story.
At the Abortion Action Fair, the Socialist Feminist Collective of Madison brought together many groups to provide information and resources about abortions in Wisconsin.
To make sure people know what their options are about what this new world is that we're navigating legally.
Wisconsin differs from some of its neighbors on abortion laws.
Wisconsin Constitution from 1849 has a ban on abortion that now, since the Dobbs decision, since the Supreme Court invalidated Roe v. Wade, it means that is now the standing piece of legislation in the state of Wisconsin, which means that people can't get abortions.
While the Socialist Feminist Collective has started a petition to strike this law down, other groups at Sunday's event are helping women in search of a legal abortion.
The only option is out of state. Planned Parenthood closed their doors, I believe, the 23rd, of June, before Roe even was overturned.
At Powers, their phones are buzzing around the clock. They provide funding and logistical support and out-of-state appointments for Wisconsin residents seeking abortions.
And I can get them funding resources to get them, whether transportation support, like bus passes, or, help with, help with childcare, or help with actual funding for an abortion.
Lexi and her team are fighting to inform and fund those seeking abortions. She assures that for now, her methods are completely legal.
But at this present moment, there is no legal repercussions going across. There isn't any.
While Governor Iihf has taken legal action to rescind the 1849 Wisconsin law, many pro-life advocates are working to keep it in place.
They're fighting really hard to make sure that we cannot cross state lines.
3 months ago to the day, Governor Iihf sued to overturn the abortion ban. As of this evening, we have no update on where that case is at. A man is in custody in Watertown after a 14-hour standoff with police ended this morning. Officers say he violated his bond conditions, but when they went to arrest him, he refused to cooperate, resulting in gunfire. It first started around 4 in the afternoon yesterday on Arlington Way. Officers say during the standoff, the suspect pointed a gun at them multiple times, making comments about wanting to start a gunfight. A SWAT team was later called in, where they used gas and other distraction devices, but that man refused to surrender. However, they did later enter the home and were able to arrest him without incident. Right now, police are not publicly naming that suspect. And an overnight shooting in the village of Clinton left 4 people injured. Rock County Sheriff's deputies say it happened shortly after 12:30 in the morning on East Little Lane. That's near Highway 140 and I-43. There's not a lot of information being released right now on what exactly happened, but there is no threat to the community. All 4 were taken to the hospital and are expected to survive. The shooting remains under investigation this evening. Looking ahead now, the weather is at 70% favorable for tomorrow morning's launch of the most powerful rocket in NASA history. The Artemis 1 mission will go without a crew around the moon and back. Mark Strassman has the latest from the Kennedy Space Center.
On the eve of launch, some NASA engineers probably feel stress. But they intend to stress this SLS rocket in a test flight more demanding than if astronauts were aboard.
We are going to push this thing to the limit to see if everything is performing right so that it's as safe as possible when we put the crew on it.
This rocket is a monster, 322 feet tall and weighing almost 6 million pounds when fully fueled. For NASA, the stakes are just as massive. Artemis 1 needs to work. After liftoff, Artemis 1 will push its Orion capsule toward the moon for a 3-week orbit before a return splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. A 42-day flight covering 1.3 million miles. NASA's most ambitious moonshot since the Apollo era.
It's got to be one of the most proud moments of my life.
No one has moonwalked since 1972. The half-century since Apollo 17 ended lunar landings for Americans, for anyone.
When this mission is over, you'll have a much better sense of what these guys went through.
Yes, absolutely. And a whole new appreciation for it, too, I'm sure, because I know it's not going to be easy.
At liftoff, Rick LeBrode takes charge of Artemis 1 as its lead flight director.
And how hurtful to the program would it be if it doesn't go right?
Conceivably, it could end the program. I hope we don't have to worry about that. It's my goal.
Sometime later this decade, NASA intends to see astronauts moonwalking again, including an astronaut of color and a woman. For many at NASA, the moon looks as close as it has in a half-century.
I do look at the moon differently. I'm sure we looked at it that way back when we were flying Apollo, but it's been a long time.
NASA will tell you that wait is almost over, but its lunar landing timeline hinges on meeting a series of goals, and the first one is a big one, turning this launch into a space success story. Mark Strassman, CBS News, at the Kennedy Space Center.
And you can catch that launch right here tomorrow morning on News 3 Now. CBS News will carry it as a special report beginning at 7:30. Still ahead tonight, visiting the movie theaters without breaking the bank. How you can score tickets for just $3 this week. That's coming up.
It's Make My Mondays at Hy-Vee. This Monday, Hillshire Farm lunch meat, only $2.99. And a half-gallon of Hy-Vee orange or apple juice, only 99 cents. Monday only. And visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find bicycle store quality electric e-bikes from Trek, Electra, Felt, Giant, and more. Trek offers the best-selling e-bike in America, Trek Verve Plus, under $2,500. At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find fat e-bikes, mountain e-bikes, road e-bikes, bike path e-bikes, and more. Free services included. The place to shop for your new e-bike is Machinery Row Bicycles, the most beautiful bicycle store in the world.
With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient, full-line automaker. Hurry into a local Honda Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we only serve those who honorably serve. All ranks, all branches, and their eligible family members. Yep, that is exclusive, and we're fine with that.
It's time for new energy-efficient replacement windows from Champion.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Don't sweat over high energy bills. Stay comfortable in your home all year long. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
It's Make My Mondays at Hy-Vee. This Monday, an 8-pack of Body Armor sports drink, only $5.99. And Pringles, only 99 cents. Monday only. And visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
Navigating the process of buying a new car can be frustrating.
Monday, Consumer Reports breaks down some new federal rules that could help consumers.
Plus, we could be starting off the week with chances for showers and thunderstorms. That's Monday morning from 4:30 to 7.
A pilot in California had to make an emergency landing when his engine failed, but he couldn't make it back to the airport, so he just ditched the plane on the beach. This is a look at the aftermath. Must have been a pretty smooth landing because that plane looks to be in pretty good condition. Now, this happened at Manresa State Beach in Watsonville on the state's central coast. Luckily, the pilot was able to walk away without injuries. In Canada, authorities are investigating the theft of a famous portrait of Winston Churchill. The portrait by photographer Iihf is one of the most reproduced photos of the 20th century. The original was on display in Ottawa's Chateau Laurier Hotel, but sometime between Christmas and early January, someone stole the original and replaced it with a reproduction. Hotel employees just realized last weekend when they noticed the frame holding the print wasn't hung properly and the frame didn't match the others in the space. Now, the value of the stolen portrait is around $100,000. An expert on art theft is optimistic the original will be recovered, but does note that arresting cases like this one are pretty rare. Celebrate National Cinema Day next Saturday with $3 movie tickets. That's the deal moviegoers are getting from the National Cinema Foundation, which is partnering with more than 3,000 theaters nationwide for the event. Event organizers are calling it a trial run, which could ultimately become an annual event. Large chains such as Regal and AMC are participating in the event, as are smaller independent theaters. So here's a look at the theaters participating in Dane County. But if you'd like to see the full list, you can visit nationalcinemaday.org. Let's go ahead and get a look at your certified most accurate forecast with Julian Seawright.
Well, that's hopeful because we're not going to be looking at too much dry conditions for the lighter part of tonight. But as of right now, this is where we're going to see our dry trend. Going into what we're looking at ahead, though, over the next few hours, around 4 a.m., we could start to see some clusters of some storms starting to roll their way through southern Wisconsin. So just be aware, even though our temperatures are not going to be breaking out of the mild lower 70s, we are going to be looking at a return of some wet conditions into our early Monday morning. But as of right now, it is rather dry here in southern Wisconsin. That trend's going to continue. But over the last 12 hours, we did see some significant rainfall, especially from Dane County to the southeastern corridor, just into the eastern side along I-39 for us, where areas have ranged from about a quarter to a half and even to an inch. And so some have even seen around 2 inches of rainfall added to our total for this weekend. Planning out tomorrow, however, just note that our morning is going to be on the wet side for many of us, especially into the south central side of southern Wisconsin, from Dane County into the eastern side. But for those who are starting off the first week of school, this is what things are going to be looking like for us. Heading to the pickup, we're going to be expecting some storms around areas, especially into Dane County, into the east. But then by midday and for the drop-off, we're going to be seeing those lower 80s. And on top of it, the storms are looking to phase out for many of us. Though a couple of showers are still possible, but timing that out, this is what we're going to be expecting. Overnight, going to see a cluster of some storms starting to stretch its way, coming in from the northwest and then go downstream. Looking for some widespread thunderstorms by the time we get into our 5 a.m. commute. So by the time Chris Reese is giving you your forecast, we could be seeing some thunderstorms as we're going in throughout the much of our morning show and going into the mid part of our morning as well. Then the good news is by the time we hit lunchtime, we are looking for things to start to phase and quiet out. But the lower 80s is going to stick around for us. We're going to see and feel that warmth. And then a couple of pop-up showers are possible into our early afternoon, but it's going to be more isolated instead of widespread. And then as we get into our Monday evening, things are going to be, once again, rather quiet. As we go into our Monday nights, things will start to change to the better as we're going into the cooler temperatures, transitioning into our Tuesday morning and Tuesday afternoon. Thanks to that northerly flow, we're going to be looking at temperatures to be rather mild by the time we get into our Tuesday lunchtime hour and Tuesday afternoon. But we could see another significant round of some rain overnight, so make sure that you are staying weather aware, as we could see some areas from the Dells to Bosque Bell, even to Dane County into Rock and Green County, close to a quarter, half, in some areas could even see an inch in itself once again. Now taking a look at what we can see from our 7-day forecast. After Monday, things are going to be rather smooth over the next few days for us. We're going to be looking at temperatures into the middle and upper 70s, which is great, but plenty of sunshine is looking to stick around as well. Going to be rather quiet. We're going to warm back up to some more summer-like feels heading into our Labor Day weekend, but as of right now, things are going to be rather quiet, which is great.
I know all summer long on the mornings, we would always talk about what a Wisconsin, we talked about both, and we also talked about what a Wisconsin summer looks like. And this forecast really just sums it up. I mean, as we head into what's kind of considered the last week of summer.
I'm about to say this might be the best swan song for forecast for Wisconsin for us. 70s, plenty of sunshine, just to cap off our last week until we go into fall.
Looking forward to it.
I don't know if I am yet.
We'll get you there. All right. Thanks, Jillian. A 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle baseball card has just sold for more than $12.6 million. It's the most ever paid for any sort of sports card or memorabilia. The card's been dubbed the finest known example of a 1952 Mantle card, which has become a sought-out item for serious card collectors. The transaction topped the $7.25 million sale of a T206 Honus Wagner card from earlier this month. Former and future Badgers are lighting up the scoreboard in the Women's World Championships. Jordan has more details coming up next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Ugh-stipated. Feeling weighed down by a backed up gut. Miralax is different. It works naturally with the water in your body to unblock your gut. Free your gut and your mood will follow.
A new Chevy is the smart way to hit the open road this summer. The smart way to road trip and seek new adventures. Go a little farther this summer in a new Chevy. Find new get up and go, find new roads. Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2022 Equinox models. Plus, get 0% financing when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
If Tim Michaels is governor, here's what reproductive health care would look like in Wisconsin. Providing abortions? A felony. Exceptions in cases of rape or incest? None. Here's what Michaels says to Wisconsin women who get pregnant after being raped. To ask her to go through the birth is not unreasonable. Tim Michaels is a radical and divisive politician coming for your rights. Wisconsin women deserve better. Vote no on Tim Michaels.
Velco Factory Direct. What does that mean? It means no middleman, no overpriced, underperforming windows. It means getting what you want, when you want, without breaking the bank. It means when you buy one window, you'll get one free. Yes, free. It means quality craftsmanship, custom designs, and a lifetime warranty. It means a team of window professionals dedicated to one thing above all, your delight. Buy one window, get one free, ends Labor Day. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feltco.
Better skin from your body wash? Try Olay Body Wash with skincare super ingredient collagen. Olay Body Wash hydrates for healthier looking skin in just 14 days. From dry and dull to firm and radiant. With Olay Body, I feel fearless in my skin.
If you're washing with the Bargain brand, even when your clothes look clean, there's extra dirt you can't see. Watch this.
That was in these clothes. Ugh. But the clothes washed in Tide, so much cleaner.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Hygienic Clean.
Announcing another Best of Madison 2022 award. And the winner is Wisconsin Veterans Museum. Best Museum. Plan your visit online today. For a list of all the 2022 Best of Madison winners, pick up the August issue of Madison Magazine.
Only a couple more days left of the Iihf Women's World Championships. Now, in case you missed it, Badger Nation is being well represented on both Team USA and also for Team Canada. While the latter taking on Japan earlier today, Canada is quick to get on the board. They're up 2-0 in the first period. Badger alum Megan Mickelson helps assist for Canada's third goal of the game. And that's not all from the former UW greats. Early second period, Blair Turnbull takes it right to the doorstep, goes backhand. That makes it a 4-goal lead over Japan. Turnbull earns Player of the Game for Canada as they win 9-0. Next up, they're going to play Team USA on Tuesday. But before the United States squares off with its longtime rival, they will play Switzerland. That game is set for tomorrow. Back and forth battle between the Brewers and Cubs this season. This afternoon, not only a rubber match, but it's also the regular season series finale. Chicago gets to work early, so the Brewers, they got to play catch up. And answering the call is Garrett Mitchell, who made his Major League debut last night. His first hit drives in 2, putting the Brewers on top. Well, Christian Yelich provides more run support with his second homer in his second straight game. The Crew earns the win, wins the series, and is now 5.5 games out of first place in the NL Central and 1.5 games back from the Padres for the third wildcard spot. Well, the results are in, and for the second straight year, number 12 comes in third on the NFL's Top 100, a list that gets voted on annually by players. This is the 9th time that Rodgers finds himself in the top 10. While switching gears to this week's focus in the NFL, it's going to be on Tuesday as the final roster cuts need to be made. Packers already started that today, releasing linebacker Ty Summers. But before practice got underway, Matt LaFleur talked about the tough decisions ahead, adding that this group understands what's at stake.
It's your least fun time of the year, anytime you have to make some of those decisions, but there's also a lot of opportunity because you're not talking about just the 53, you're talking about 16 practice squad players too. So, you know, you don't have to make quite as much movement as you had to, you know, a few years back.
Steve Stricker locked in during round 2 of the Allied Challenge, jumping up 32 spots to second place, and he was able to close out this weekend with a victory. The Madison native wins the tournament at 15 under overall with a 1-shot lead. This is his second PGA Tour Champions victory of the season. And speaking of comebacks, the Tour Championship ended in exciting fashion. After the third round finished up this morning due to yesterday's weather, Rory McIlroy flipped the switch. He overcame a 6-shot deficit in the final round to go on and win the tournament, plus won $18 million. This is his third FedEx Cup title.
All right, thanks, Jordan. Jillian's back with a final.
It's time to amp up the fun at your local Ford dealer. The Summer Supercharged Sales Event is here. So stop by your Ford dealer today and check out great offers on select Ford vehicles. Then discover how Ford can take your summer to a whole new level. Hurry to the final days of the Summer Supercharged Sales Event for a great Flex Buy offer on Escape or Edge.
New Astapro Allergy. No allergy spray is faster. With the speed of Astapro, almost nothing can slow you down. Because Astapro starts working in 30 minutes, while other allergy sprays take hours. And Astapro is the first and only 24-hour steroid-free allergy spray. Now without a prescription. Astapro and go.
Hey, Dad, I'm almost out.
I got you.
questions, Chris?
All good. Thanks, Maura. There you go. One new inhaler.
Nice. Did you get my refill too?
Maybe.
Here you go, sir.
You're a lifesaver.
So nice day.
Healthier is managing all your family's prescriptions in one app. CVS Pharmacy. Healthier happens together.
We're an electrical contractor for commercial ag companies. We have 80 employees and 40 trucks, and we operate all over. We're paying almost double what we did last year for fuel, and policies from liberals in Washington are making it worse. Senator Ron Johnson is fighting for relief at the pump. He voted to finish the Keystone Pipeline and increase U.S. oil and gas production. That could make a real difference for small businesses like us. Tell Senator Ron Johnson, keep fighting to restore American energy independence.
Hustle harder, they said. Achievement takes sacrifice.
The real secret to success?
Down.
Better sleep.
But they won't put that on a poster. So purple? Put it in a mattress.
Purple is different. Soft and firm in all your right places. The Gel Flex Grid keeps you cool, while sleep does its scientifically proven thing.
Your eyes sharper.
An overnight success.
On Purple, the mattress made for successful sleeping.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right purple.
And he got so upset.
Oh my God. Look.
No way. She has definitely got some work done.
Doesn't even look the same anymore.
Talk about an extreme makeover. I wonder how much money she spent on those upgrades.
Hey! The house looks great, right? 3 years, no interest on roofing and siding from Feldco.
Right now, get 3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding.
3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding ends Labor Day. Call now.
866 for Feldco.
What you need to know about life insurance. Monday at 10.
All right, we've got a lot to celebrate tonight. It's National Red Wine Day. Taylor Swift just announced she's coming out with a new album. I kind of want to run around the streets right now, Julian, so I need to know if I can do that without getting rained on.
At least not for the next few hours, no.
Believe me, I will.
Well, just wait till Tuesday, or at least until Monday afternoon. That's when we're going to be looking at our best chance for some dry weather. But the week ahead is looking almost picture perfect as we have our last week in August.
All right, thanks, Julian. Thanks for joining us tonight. News Now This Morning starts at 4:30.